Hey crafty family, it's me, and today I'm going to show you some really fun ideas for making stuff for back to school, some DIY back to school stuff that's really easy. I know back to school has already happened and everybody's pretty much back to school, but hey, you know what? Whatever. We still can make some stuff. It doesn't matter. And I made these really awesome pencils and they've got dictionary paper on them and I threw a flower on them. I've seen things like this before on YouTube and I don't remember who I seen it from. Several different people, something like this kind of, but not with dictionary paper. I've not ever seen that. I've seen it with washi tape and stuff like that. But the reason I did dictionary paper was because you can still sharpen the pencil and it doesn't gunk it up, you know, real bad or anything. So it works pretty well. And I just stuck a flower and stuck some, I just inked around it just to give it a little more something. I don't know. But I think it's cute and I think this is a great way to save some money because, you know, regular pencils are so much cheaper than fancy pencils. And, you know, kids always want the fancy pencils, you know. Freaking kids, man. They want the fancy stuff, and the fancy stuff is expensive. So this is a way for you and your kids to sit down and make them yourselves for a lot less money. So I will show you really quick. I'm using Mod Podge Hard Coat, but you can just use regular Mod Podge. I just happened to grab this because it was close to me. But honestly, you can use whatever Mod Podge you got. Because I don't know why this was on there. It was in the cap. Somehow it got stuck down on there. But it's very easy to do this. I don't even need that yet, so I'm not going to open it. What you'll do is take a piece of dictionary paper. I have two different size pencils, and I'm going to use this one because I already made one that was skinnier. It doesn't matter what kind of pencil you use. You want to, well, I may have to use this. Yeah, no, this one's fine. You want to take your dictionary paper. You want to cut it to the length. Sharpen your pencil first. That's the smartest thing to do. And if you sharpen it real good first, get your first sharpen in, then you could start writing with it a lot quicker. So you get your first sharpen in, and then what you want to do is line it up so that right underneath the metal part, that's where you're going to put the start of your paper. And then you want it to come to about like right where the yellow is. So like this is slightly long. So what I'm going to do to remedy that situation, and what's nice about dictionary paper is you can basically see where to cut because you can cut along one line of word, like a sentence or whatever, and it helps you keep your cut even, which I find to be nice because I generally don't cut things even. Come on, get in there, scissors. Stop being a dum-dum. So, I really don't need this big of a piece of paper. Okay. So now all you have to do is, this way. Oh, that's right. This side was had less dictionary, so I want to go on this side, obviously. And what you're going to do is roll it. And you're going to use a paintbrush, if I could find one, and you're going to add some of the glue to the paper. You know, it's just like typical decoupage, not really much different. And you're going to do a section of the paper. You're going to line it up like so, and if you press down, it'll pretty much pick it up. And then just roll it to get where you want. But as you roll it, whoops, don't screw it up. You're going to press it so that it stays, you know, wrinkle free. You're going to press it around. And then you're going to cut off any excess. My cutting job is not so good. And then if you need to, you can add a little bit more glue along the seam. I hope I'm on camera because I tried to zoom in my zoom in on what I'm doing here. And then once you've got it all on there, you can get it as wrinkle-free as you can. I usually can get it pretty wrinkle-free, as you see. Once you get it on there, then you take some of the Mod Podge and go over the whole thing. You just want to put a thin layer. You don't need a lot at all. You can hear my wobbly fan in the background probably. And after you get your Mod Podge on, then you're just going to set it aside to dry. The problem is, any way you set this, it's going to like stick. So I try standing it up where like it's, you can't see. Let's see, for example, I try standing it up like this. Standing it on the point, whoops, I can't, it's hard to do here. Standing it on the point where the eraser is just touching, so that this way it dries. Does that make sense? Like that. So none of the actual dictionary paper that's wet is touching anything. So I'm going to move that over here, over to my left, so that it can dry. So we can move on. So, you can also do pens, but depending on the type of pen you have, it will depend on how much, you know, where you're going to put your dictionary paper. Now, I have a pen that has like a crease right here, and it would be hard to put the dictionary paper there. So I'm just going to worry about putting it from there to there rather than try to fit it on this tapered edge here. And let's see, is this long enough? Yes, it is. It's actually too long. So what we're going to do is, again, we are going to line it up and then cut it. I'm just going to eyeball it the best I can, so you'll do a better job, I'm sure, of cutting the paper. Just need the smidgy smidge taken off the edge. Okay. And then, again, take your Mod Podge. And just stick your pen down onto the glue. It slides around a little bit more on the plastic pen, but it's a little finicky, but you can get it. And basically, you're just going to do the same thing as you did. It's a little bit more finicky, but it will work nonetheless. And then you're going to, whoops, I put way too much on. Then you're going to cut it. You don't want it to overlap, I mean, you want it to overlap a little bit, but you don't want it to overlap to the point where it's like becoming bulky. So you want to try to just overlap it enough, which I screwed that up, but that's okay. This is, for example, I'm going really fast just to kind of get this done, so to show you. You're going to take your time, right? Right. Be a little bit more careful. So, I get the glue off my hands. So there you go. Isn't that cute? That's a cute pen if I say so myself. And then again, stand it up so that it doesn't touch anything. So when it's dry, which this one is not dry, but I can hit it with the heat gun real quick and dry it a little bit. Okay, so we are dry and our fabulous pencil is done, except we need a little something. All right, it ain't done. We need something. And I'm thinking one of these cute music note flowers would be perfect for my little pencil. So what I'm going to do is, even though they're like self-stick, I don't trust that. And it's got like a dimensional thing, which I'm going to see if I could take that off because I'd rather it did not have dimension. And I'll save that because I could probably use it for something else. And you're just going to take a little bit of hot glue. You don't need a lot. And you're going to stick it to your pencil. Now you could do one on each side or just one, but how cute is that? I mean, that is the cutest pencil ever. And anybody would be proud to have that as a pencil. I know I would, and I'm making a mess knocking things over just to prove it to you. So that is what you can do with your dictionary paper. That is one idea that you can do with your dictionary paper. There's 1,000 million ideas, and I'm going to show you more in upcoming videos. But these adorable, cute little pencils are now my new favorites. And these type of pencils, the nice big fat ones, I love these because they're nice and comfortable for my arthritis. So I tend to use these mostly, but I still use these. I just love pencils. I love anything pencils or pens or what have you. And then I've got one more DIY back to school type of groovy thing to show you. And we're going to get to that right now. So wouldn't it be cool if you could have your own whiteboard in your notebook, or your kid could have like a cool groovy whiteboard to kind of doodle notes on or to put their class schedules on. But, you know, you can't really put a standard whiteboard in your notebook. Dry erase board, you know what I'm talking about. But you can buy dry erase contact paper. It's dry erase, and it looks like contact paper on the back. And they sell this in rolls for like $2 or $3. I think I got this at Target, and it looks like, comes like this in a roll. There's not much on the roll at all. It's like 18 inches, but it's plenty to do at least one or two of these. Well, I think just one, and then you could do some little things, which I'll show you too. But you cut it to the size of a piece of cardstock. You want cardstock. You don't want it to be regular copy paper. You want it to be nice and sturdy cardstock. So you're going to cut it to 8.5 by 11. And if it runs a little over, like mine's a little over, it's fine because you can cut that off afterwards. This one's a little wrinkled, so I'm hoping it doesn't cause a problem. And then what you want to do is you want to peel it back. And I think it might be easier if I try doing it this way. You want to peel it back and fold it down about 2 or 3 inches in. So that's all you have showing that's sticky. And then you want to turn it over, and you want to line up that sticky part with the edge of your paper as best you can. I hope you guys can see this. I'm trying to move this with my hands. Okay. So you want to do your best to line it up. It does not have to be completely perfect. It'll be just fine. But the main thing that you want to make sure that you're doing is making sure that it's smooth like that. See how smooth that is? Now, under here where that lip is, you can hold it with this hand, take it with this hand, and if I was prepared, I'd have my credit card over here. And I don't know where the heck it went because, oh, you know what? Even better, a ruler. This is the best way to do it. Hold the ruler with one side and smooth it as you pull back the paper, the backing, and just go along with the ruler. And pretty much you won't even have to do much with the paper. It'll literally it's literally undoing itself just by me pushing. And look how smooth it is by doing it this way. And it just pretty much will almost unravel itself the whole way. I'm moving it around so I can get a better grip. But this is the very best way to do it, and voila, it's perfectly smooth. Like I don't even think there's a single air bubble in here. Nope, it looks good to me. So then on the back side, any hang off that you have, you're just gonna go along and snip it off. Just as easy as pie. Now you can also do both sides. So I think they sell chalkboard self-adhesive. I don't know how well that works, and it's probably kind of useless really for this type of thing, but the whiteboard I know is a lot better, would be a lot more useful, I think. So once you have that trimmed and you take your scraps and chuck them in the trash, now all you have to do for it to go in a 3-ring binder is punch it with a 3-ring binder punch. Like magic. And voila, you've got a whiteboard. And you can use, or your child can use, some fun markers to take notes in their notebook, and they don't need an eraser. You can actually just use a tissue or what have you, and you have a sheet of awesome whiteboard in your notebook. Mind blown, people. How cool is this? And it's also great for those who do planner journals. You can also put this in your journal or your planner and cut it to size of whatever your planner is. And I mean, hello, totally awesome. So yeah, so not only do we have groovy pencils, we've got a groovy whiteboard for our notebooks, and you can also do like index card sizes, and you know, because I've got scrap index card, or this is a good size for a journal, you know, to do a journal. And then you can attach, you know, get the really skinny dry erase markers and attach like a string to it and decorate it just like you could decorate it with the paper. And then attach a string to the bottom and hook it to your notebook so that, you know, anytime you want to, you could just take notes with it. How cute is that? So I just thought I'd show you those couple of DIY little quick tips, I guess we can call that. So I hope you have fun with this. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like the pencils. There might be one of these in the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, which I know I haven't done yet. I'm still waiting on something, so bear with me. It's coming, I promise. I'm just wanting to make sure everything is perfect. So yeah, so that's coming, and maybe there'll be a pencil in there, a fancy pencil or so, or I don't know, maybe. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great weekend. It is Friday, actually Saturday, because it's late at night, and by the time I get this up, it'll be Saturday. Make sure you do what you love and love what you do, and be nice to everybody. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye.